Most people believe that becoming a millionaire is a rare achievement reserved only for lucky people, genius investors, or those who were born into money. But the truth is, the signs of future wealth are usually not dramatic. They're often hidden in daily habits and small mindset shifts that don't look like much on the surface. If you've noticed some of these changes in yourself, it may not feel like you're on your way to $1 million, but you could be further along than you think. One hidden sign is that you think long-term. Most people only think about this week's paycheck or this month's bills. They spend for today and let the future take care of itself. But if you've started looking beyond the short term, that's one of the clearest signals of future wealth. Maybe you've started investing for retirement, even if it's just a small amount. Maybe you're building skills that you know won't pay off immediately, but will open bigger opportunities later. Or maybe you're more cautious with debt because you know how it can weigh you down years from now. These habits may not feel glamorous in the moment, but they are exactly what separates people who stay stuck from those who build wealth. Millionaires don't stumble into fortune overnight. They plan years ahead and move with patience. Another hidden sign is that you've learned how to delay gratification. That means you can say no to something you want today, because you understand the reward of waiting. Maybe you've skipped buying the latest phone so you could keep more money invested. Maybe you've stayed home some weekends to save instead of spending on entertainment. Or maybe you've held off upgrading your lifestyle even after a raise at work. These small decisions might feel like sacrifices, but they're actually proof of discipline. The ability to hold back on instant pleasure is one of the strongest signals that someone will build wealth. Because the truth is, money grows for people who know how to wait. A third hidden sign is that money doesn't control you the way it once did. In the beginning, almost everyone feels stressed every time a bill comes in. But if you've reached the point where you feel more in control, where you're telling your money what to do instead of being controlled by it, that's a clear marker of progress. Maybe you budget with confidence. Maybe you're building an emergency fund. Or maybe you've cut down debt to the point where it no longer overwhelms you. This is the transition from financial survival to financial growth. And once you've taken control of money, you've already crossed one of the hardest parts of the path to wealth. Another sign is that you focus more on growing your income than just cutting costs. Don't get it wrong. Saving money is important, but there's only so much you can cut before you hit a limit. If you've started thinking more about earning than just saving, that's a millionaire trade. Maybe you've considered starting a side hustle. Maybe you're aiming for promotions at work or learning new skills to increase your value. Or maybe you've started investing in things that generate cash flow. Whatever the case, the moment you focus on building instead of only protecting, you've shifted into wealth-building mode. That mindset alone is a powerful sign that millionaire status is possible. Another hidden sign is consistency. Wealth is not built in big, dramatic moves. It's built in small, repeated actions. Investing every month, even if the amount feels small. Paying down debt regularly, instead of waiting for a big lump sum. Reading and learning a little each day, instead of only once in a while. If you've managed to stay consistent in small ways, you're building the exact habit that turns ordinary people into millionaires over time. Most people quit when results seem slow. The ones who stay consistent, even when nothing looks exciting, are the ones who win. You might also notice that you see opportunities where others only see problems. When expenses rise, some people complain endlessly. When the job market is tough, they say there's nothing they can do. But those who eventually become millionaires ask different questions. They ask, how can I adapt? How can I turn this into a chance to grow? For example, some of the most successful businesses are started during difficult economic times when others give up. If you found yourself looking for ways to solve problems instead of only feeling stuck in them, you're already developing the same outlook that wealthy people have. Another sign is that you're comfortable with patience. Wealth doesn't come quickly, and it rarely comes in a straight line. Investments go up and down. Businesses take years before they feel successful. Progress is sometimes invisible for months or even years, but if you've learned how to stick with the process without giving up too soon, you're building one of the strongest traits of the wealthy: patience. Impatience causes people to sell investments too early, quit side hustles after a few slow months, or give up when growth feels slow. Patience protects you from quitting just before things compound in your favor. You may also notice that you've become more careful about your environment. Wealth isn't just about money. It's about the people and ideas you surround yourself with. If you've started choosing to read financial books instead of only scrolling through entertainment, or if you've started following people who inspire you instead of people who distract you, that's a hidden sign of change. If you're seeking mentors, podcasts, or even friendships that push you to think bigger, you're already aligning yourself with the patterns that create wealth. Millionaires don't usually isolate themselves. They surround themselves with energy that pushes them to grow. Another powerful hidden sign is that you no longer feel the need to show off progress. Many people upgrade their lifestyle the moment they earn more. They buy a bigger car, a more expensive phone, or clothes just to impress others. But if you've reached the point where you'd rather grow your money quietly than show it off loudly, you're acting like many millionaires do. The wealthiest people often don't broadcast their success. They live below their means for years, investing instead of spending, until one day, it looks like they became rich out of nowhere. If you're okay keeping your progress private, you're already practicing one of the strongest wealth-building habits. Another hidden sign is that you value freedom more than things. At some point, many people realize that money isn't just for buying stuff. It's for buying choices. If you've started caring more about building a future where you can choose how to spend your time rather than just collecting material things, you're already thinking like the wealthy. Millionaires don't chase money for the sake of money. They chase it because it gives them freedom. And if you've started valuing that, then you're on the right track. The truth is, becoming a millionaire rarely feels dramatic along the way. It feels ordinary. It feels like small habits repeated over and over. It feels like saying no to things others say yes to. It feels like waiting patiently while your money grows slowly. And here's the part most people don't understand. You won't wake up one morning and suddenly feel rich. There won't be a dramatic moment where you realize you've made it. Instead, the change happens slowly. You'll notice you no longer stress about emergencies the way you once did. You'll notice your money is starting to make more money its own. You'll notice that the choices you have in life keep expanding. These are subtle shifts, but they build until one day you look back and realize you've crossed the line into real wealth. Most people won't see it from the outside. It looks like nothing special. They'll see you living your life the same way, making the same simple choices, and they might even think you're not making progress. But years later, those same ordinary habits become extraordinary results. That's the real path to wealth. And if you're already on it, the millionaire part is just a matter of time. What feels small and invisible today, saving a little, investing regularly, saying no when it's easier to say yes, is actually the foundation of something much bigger. These decisions stack on top of each other until the weight of consistency tips the scale in your favor. So, if you see yourself in these signs, don't doubt it. Don't downplay it. Stay consistent, stay patient, and keep building. Because the small habits you're practicing today will quietly compound into a future that looks completely different. And when you get there, it won't feel like luck. It will feel like the natural result of the path you've been on all along. And that's the beauty of it. You don't need to predict the exact moment when it all comes together. You just need to trust that it will. The future belongs to the people who prepare for it. And every dollar saved, every smart choice made, every patient step forward is proof that you're already preparing. Over time, those actions separate you from the crowd. While most people get stuck chasing quick wins and short-term pleasures, you'll be the one who kept building, kept moving, and kept believing in the process. That's when the hidden signs stop being hidden. They become obvious, not just to you, but to everyone watching. Your financial stability, your options, and your freedom will speak louder than anything else. And the best part, by the time others start to notice, you'll already be living the results. You won't need to prove anything, because your life itself will be the proof. The peace of mind you carry, the choices you're able to make, and the opportunities available to you will say more than any display of wealth ever.